How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're doing analysis on two currency pairs. It's going to be the Japanese yen pairs. It's going to be the British pound Japanese yen and also the US dollar Japanese yen. Before we get started, I'm going to be using my COT reports on these analysis, and then for you to get the COT reports, go visit my website on the left bottom corner. There's going to be a resource tab. You can just go click and download the COT report, and then also there's other more info on that video that you can view. For you that's starting out with trading, there's some nice video categories to go watch, and then also the preferred brokers tab. Go visit them. These guys are brilliant, and I'll tell you all about my preferred brokers. Okay, so let us hit the charts. So we're going to start off with the British pound Japanese yen. On a daily time frame, what we can see is there is a key area that has been broken and revisited by the pound, basically. So you can see that was a support area, support, breaking that support. There was a bit of a liquidity run going down and then hitting that support again on a retest on the resistance currently. So I would like to see what is going to happen this week on this and how the monthly candle is going to be closing for the month, seeing that it's the end of the week or the last week of the month. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. On a 4-hour time frame, let's just maximize this a little bit. Okay, so what we can see is if you pull your Fibonacci from the high to the low, you can see this area over here, your 62% to 79% area, hasn't been retested yet. Okay, retraced, price is not retraced back to that again. And then also with that area, I'm just going to take this out and I'm going to take the Fibonacci out. What you can see is price breaking structure over here, and then with that creating a fair value gap from there to there, and that fair value gap is basically falling nicely. If we pull our Fibonacci in again from this high to that low, it's falling nicely in your key area for a nice little sell-off to the bottom. So that all depends on what price is going to do. Is it going to retrace back to that area? Okay, so it's like to see what's going to happen this week on this pair, keeping an eye on that. On a 1-hour time frame, what we see is, just going to zoom it out a little bit. So for me, there's a nice area, like we said now, draw it on daily, but you can see that very nice key area in the market was support, breaking through, hitting that area again, and now coming back to revisit that area. Okay, so we're looking at that. And then also there is our little bit of a upwards movement on the hourly, just that retracement basically that's forming, and this trend line's forming. If I had to duplicate this trend line, you can see it, excuse me, you can see that this trend line was broken twice, at the top, at the bottom, just hunting the liquidity. As you can see, liquidity being hunted there, and then now it's currently starting to take out the liquidity at the top. So basically, price is moving in an upwards movement on the hourly time frame. Again, why? Let's take our Fibonacci from that high. From that high to that low, and you can see that price is still pushing up a little bit, and for me, I would imagine price pushing up and into that zone, hitting that trend line again before maybe making its move to the downside. But again, all will tell, and depending on what happens this week and how the monthly candle is going to finish. If we look at our COT reports, let's look at we are focusing on the British pound Japanese yen. So on the British pound of things offside, you can see that pretty much the same as last week with a net position, just a little bit better in the sense that there were shorts or there were longs taking out the market, more shorts being taken out the market. So basically price is making a little bit of a turn at the bottom, and will we see this huge, like we saw previously, this momentum carrying up where the net positions gets bigger. So that, that will mean that that will mean that price will be start pushing up, just maybe to that area over here. It's just a little bit more confirmation maybe. Let's look at the Japanese yen side of things. On the Japanese yen, we can see that there's a lot of shorts being taken out the market, more longs being put in the market. So the Japanese yen is getting stronger. All right. So if the Japanese yen, let's just close this. So Japanese yen getting stronger, it means that, price is relatively gonna start pushing up a little bit more maybe. Let's have a look. Let's see what's gonna happen this week, and yeah, it's gonna be keeping a tight eye on this. Also, just drill down to your lower time frames, exactly like I'm doing my analysis with the fair value gaps, Fibonacci. Lower time frames, 5 minutes. You start with a 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. It all plays out the same way. So just to get that tighter entries, if I might say. Let's move on to the next currency pair, which will be the US dollar Japanese yen. Obviously starting off on the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we can see that, just making that, we can see that price hitting that low again, like we had on the previous, when was it? On April, it was last month, end of last month, coming back again, revisiting that area, and then pulling up again. So now price is hovering over here. So will this be the time where price is going to be start pushing down? We just saw, I'm just going to go to the daily, to the Fibonacci, to the COT report, sorry guys. So we're seeing that the Japanese yen is getting, slightly stronger, meaning it's pushing up a little bit, but will it carry on doing that zigzag movement, or will it start pushing up again? Time will tell. We will see what the big banks and institutes are doing, and if that is the case, you will see that obviously the price will break through this. Japanese yen getting stronger against the US dollar will push the US dollar price down, and this is going to be the sign for price breaking through this area of support. Let us go to our 4-hour time frame. Let's just maximize this a little bit. So on a 4-hour time frame, relatively the same thing. You can see this, up and down movement, forming, and just wanted to highlight for you how many opportunities you had or could have had. So basically price coming up, hitting that area over there, okay, that high, price going down, coming up again. Just going to draw this. Just want to show you something. Taking out liquidity over there, okay. So you can see price hunting that liquidity, forming as some retail traders would call it, a double top, and then start moving up. Now this is the area where you start looking at selling off. So you take your Fibonacci from there to that low, okay. I'll show you the low now. So price going up, forming a low, and then hitting another low over here, and then pushing up again into, just wanted to show you, sorry about that, into that area between the 62 and the 79%. So where you sell off, price selling off very nicely, moving down quite a lot of pips, almost 270 pips down. It's a nice sell opportunity. That's number one. Price turning again, taking out liquidity over here, breaking structure, okay, forming a fair value gap, going into that fair value gap area, selling off again, and together with your Fibonacci from that high to that low, hitting the 62% area, selling off again. Guys, it's opportunity on opportunity the whole time. What happened here? Excuse me. Price breaking that structure, mean, this is repetitive stuff the whole time, guys. Breaking that structure, forming fair value gap, price going into that fair value gap area, selling off slightly again. Fibonacci, let's see how this played out. Not quite. You can see that from that high, that low, pushing up almost to the 62%, but not quite there yet. Okay, so opportunity on opportunity, selling off. So what I would like to see now is, because if you had to pull your Fibonacci from this high to that low, okay, again into that 62% area, okay, that's exactly where it is. Price breaking that structure basically over here. Let's just make that here. So you can see it's a nice structure area being broken, forming fair value gap into that fair value gap, selling off slightly. But now, again, this is a very risky one to take, because yes, you could have taken the sell off. I mean, this is the 4 hours sell opportunity going down. If you were in that sell, you would have been sitting on at least 50 pips down, but in profit. Price moving up again, but we looked at this key area that price has been, that price reached right over there. Okay, so that's a key area in the market. You can see that this liquidity is still intact. Liquidity has not been taken out at the bottom here. There's still liquidity lying there. So price might still go and hunt that liquidity, move to the downside. Okay, so there's definitely that possibility that price is going to be selling off into that area. We will have to look. Let's go to the 1 hour and just see what happens there, what is happening there. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, again, the liquidity that's lying at the bottom here, but I would like to see price moving past that area, basically structure, breaking that area, and also I'll be keeping an eye on this area here for any possibilities that price might start moving up again, because once it breaks one of these structures, price is going to be moving in that direction. Okay, that's my sentiment of things. You can see this area again, that fair value gap area that's been hit. I mean, price breaking that structure area, moving to the downside, price coming up, hitting that fair value gap area. So now price is hovering again. It is heading towards the end of the month. Excuse me. Let's see what happens in this little bit of consolidation phase that's going to happen. Now, what I just did with that is just drill down to a lower time frame, and we can see a bit clearer. Okay, there we go. 15 minutes. Okay, so you can see price hovering in this area, taking out some liquidity over there. Liquidity still intact over here. So this is going to be my high that I'm going to be focusing on. And then obviously this is going to be my low area. So just making that a little bit smaller, those two areas. So I'll be focusing on those two areas to see what price is doing, where price is going to be hunting it, where price is going to be breaking through it, and then, trading and acting according to what the market gives me. So those are the two areas being focused on the USD dollar, Japanese yen. So that's all from my side today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell for more trading content that's going to be coming your way. Hope you guys are really having a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to share my videos to your friends, and get the word out there. So guys, stay safe and happy trading, guys.